Hello everyone, this is Dan Gramza and welcome to dangramza.com Market Studies for Monday, March 17th. Well, let's see what's going on in the stock indices. This week we had a lot of political, geopolitical, and economic news that really drove the stock indices, as we talked about and explored more detail in the advanced video. But what do we see here this week? If you haven't looked at these videos before, these are daily charts. A green line like this represents a buy level. Red line means a sell level. The dash line means that's something that happened earlier in the week. And to just give you a reference, if you're not familiar with this, futures values, the mini contract here, the dollar difference between that sell to that buy level in that market, the magnitude change is $6,200 a contract. I do look for follow through to the upside. How we behave the next 2 days are going to be very important in this market. Dollar difference here in the NASDAQ market. That was $8,760 a contract, and over in the Dow. Dollar difference in that market is $6,850 a contract. Follow through again is expected. And look at the small to mid caps, the Russell. In the Russell 2000, we're also seeing buyers coming in as we finish the week out. I do look for follow through in that market. $1,850 is that dollar value change in that market. Now, let's take a look. What I want to show you is the British pound. This is a market that's building a base. It implies a rally in this market. I'm not sure about the fundamentals, but one thing to keep in mind, if the stock indices in the United States are improving, that could increase dollar demand as other countries want to invest in the United States, which means these currencies would be going down. We've seen a mixed bag this week in the currencies. Now, the British pound has a buy, even though it's red, and that implies selling, it has a bullish bias. So the next 3 days here is going to be very important. Dollar difference from that buy to that sell level in that market. And again, just to provide you with a reference, that's $1,506.25. Canadian dollar, I'm looking for a sideways to only slightly higher movement. Be very cautious if you're on the long side. In Bitcoin, the difference between that sell to buy level in that market is $25,525 a contract. Follow through is expected. However, this is not a real strong move for that market. Let's take a look at bonds, here's bonds. There we go. That's also weakening a bit. It means that yields are expected to go up. I'm looking for a sideways move in that market. Gold continues its climb. It is slowing down a bit. A pullback early part of the week would not be surprising in that market before it gives another push back to that upside. The dollar difference down here in that market is $2,500 a contract. If we take a look, let's take a look at copper. Copper is also a market where we've seen some movement, and the dollar difference here is $750 a contract. It's a market that China needs to support, and so far we're just not really seeing their presence. So I'm still a little skeptical about that market longer term. A nat gas slowing down, but do we have fundamentals in place to drive that market? I have my doubts about that. A sideways move here, I think, makes sense. And if we take a look at Mr. Wheat, what's going on there? We have what I refer to as a neutral zone trade. We got rejection twice. Same thing on the downside. It's really implying a sideways move. It's waiting for more fundamental information to really drive that market. And right now, so far, we really haven't seen that. Dollar difference from the buy to sell level is $600 a contract. Well, those are my thoughts for today. Hope you found something helpful. Looking forward to being with you again next week. In the meantime, have a wonderful weekend and take care.